Okay, I think it's working. I don't know. I just tried and it wasn't. Uh, I think because I had it set to unlisted instead of public this time, I have it changed to public. So hopefully the stream's working. Uh, I'm really trying to get to work because I do enjoy talking to you guys, and I think it'd be fun. And it's a little bit easier just to come out, stream for a little bit, and then still do, of course, the videos. Hoping it's going to start showing some stuff here in a second, but if not, I'll just be sitting here talking to the camera by myself. No big deal. But again, trying to make it work, kind of testing, so it's a little bit awkward. Here it goes. Reese, what is up? So it is working. And White Whale Fishing said, howdy. What's up, everybody? I'm glad it's working. I just tried it and it wasn't, so I talked to myself for a little bit. But good to see you guys. I hope you guys are doing good. And if you could, let me know if the stream's coming through decent or not. If it's really glitchy, let me know. I'll turn it off, and I might have to go buy some cable things to get the Wi-Fi to be better out in the shop. So if you could, let me know. That'd be great. If it's working good, then we will paint a bait. And it shows there's 11 people on here. So if anybody else, let me know if the stream's running good or if it's glitchy. Parrot Head said, what's up? Howdy. And Dave's Custom Lure said, hi. What's up, Dave? And Parrot Head. Reese said, yeah, it works. Cameron said, what's up? Adventures said, it's all good. Sounds good. Picture is good. No glitches. Perfect. Parrot Head said, looks good. Reese, no, it's great. Aaron said, looks good. Well, good deal. I have no plans for what we're going to do on the stream. I'm just trying to get it to work. Hello from Michigan's Adventures in Dirt Fishing. What's the weather like in Michigan? This weekend, I had all kinds of plans to do a bunch of painting out in the shop. It was -4 outside, and the shop was so cold, my fingers, I couldn't get my finger to work trying to do the dual action. It wasn't working. It was kind of good, working awesome on my end, man. Deal. Thank you, Andrew, for if paint a fishing lure. I have no idea. We're just in here hanging out for a little bit. It's being super glitchy on my end. Like, I have it there where I can see your guys' comments. So if I missed your comment, sorry, I'll have to comment it again. That's why I was asking if it's working good. Hello from Iowa. Cold and snowy. Yep, that's what it's been here. We got 6 or 7 inches from Lure Mainstream. Central Indiana's here, just looking at 2 inches of snow in the yard. Yeah, I think we probably got, I'd say at most 3, but it was really cold. Not that fun. Mark from MAS. What's up, Mark? Okay, I actually need to wipe it down. Again, I wasn't really prepared, but I'm super stoked that it's working because I also want to do, if you guys have been watching our podcast, I really want to do a live stream podcast. I think that'd be kind of fun too. So do on here as well, but I think tonight we're just going to stream for a little bit, see how it's working. I think I got about 40-ish minutes that I can stream, and then I got to go. It's too cold in Texas right now. That's what I heard. 2 foot from White Whale Fishing. Yeah, any cold's too cold. I think I was supposed to be born in Florida. But I am not complaining. Cold in the shop this weekend kind of sucked a little bit. But this type of weather, I think it's like, well, it's probably 15 or something like that outside right now. I'm not exactly sure. Well, I turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone trying to make it work better here. What do you guys want to paint? I have a little 2.5 square bill, so we can definitely paint that. But let me know what kind of pattern. Again, I didn't have any plans whatsoever, so I'm just going to kind of leave this one up to you guys. Do more of these, please. I plan on it. So the problem is really far away from my house. Well, it's not that far, but it's a far enough distance that the Wi-Fi in the house does not reach out to the shop, and our internet out here kind of sucks anyways. So I have an extension cord plugged into the outside of my house with a Wi-Fi booster. It's hanging off the side of my carport. Really janky, but if you guys are getting the stream good, that means it's working. I think tonight I'm going to go pick up Ethernet cable and see if I can get a little bit of a stronger connection. That way we don't have to worry about it glitching at all. But if I get it working good, I'd really like to stream once a week, because again, it's really fun for me to be able to talk to you guys, and I can answer questions, and it's just fun all around. Plus, more content. Crappie pattern from Johnny. Could you do a pike pattern sometime? I would have to look up pike pattern. You mean just kind of like bright colors for a pike, or an actual bait that looks like a pike? Because I have seen some blanks that are in the shape of pike, kind of also looks like a gar. But we could do that eventually too. Peacock bass would be an awesome pattern. And yes, from Leave No Trees, I think. Clear a Mine In from Pennsylvania. Thank you, Lucas. Crappie pattern. We could do a crappie pattern. I could do it. I'm trying to think, because I did that one. I have a YouTube video on a crappie pattern. I'm trying to think of how we could do it differently. Videos for a Dinger 2.5 right now. Trying to cool crawl look, but I'm struggling. These are kind of a pain. Glad to hear. And you said from Dinger. Nice. We could do a crawl pattern. I'm just trying to think of how to do a crappie. Here's what I like to do. Some people might say it's cheating. I don't know. I like to get a Bass Pro magazine. And I had one. There it is. See if there's a crappie pattern in there. Because the other thing is I always put my own spin on it, right? Can't copy something exactly, even if I wanted to. But I'm just trying to think of how to do a crappie pattern different. What if we did, start to get some ideas here. We could do the whole thing in white. Crappie have a little bit of green in them. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to do it differently from the other YouTube video. I haven't really studied crappie that much. But we could do that. Bass pattern or bluegill pattern. Bluegill. Do you have a pure dot color for crappie? I do not. Leave no trace, but trace because there are 3 of us. Hey, I like that. Leave no trace. Trace. Hey, good one. Good one. I do the same thing. Yeah. Yep. Anytime I get them, I never buy anything because I make all my own stuff, but I definitely like looking at them. I was actually thinking about cutting, because I have so many of these, cutting out the pages and hanging them up on the wall so you always got something to look at. We could do a baby bass pattern or like a bass pattern, because I don't think I've done that as a YouTube video yet. That's actually on, I have a notebook full of ideas for YouTube videos, and it's just hard to get them all out. But baby bass is one of them. So we could do that right now, because I don't really know what I do for the crappie other than the pattern I've already done as a YouTube video. But also, just kind of hanging out with you guys and chilling is fun. Is that Bass Pro Magazine? Yes, we're cheating and looking, trying to see if they have any crappie patterns. That way I can try to... I'm looking for inspiration. And right now the Wi-Fi is turned off on my phone, so I can't really look it up on there. And... but we might do a baby bass, because I'm not seeing any sort of crappie stuff. Although... Okay, well, you guys vote. There's 29 of you watching. Crappie or bass? I'll start counting now. So anyone that said anything before, comment again, crappie or bass. I have a similar or an idea for the crappie that we could do. But if more people say one or the other, then we'll do that. Great idea, duh. And I'm thinking... So hey, here's a fun tip for you guys that I recently did that I don't know what took me so long. So I always clean out my brushes, but there's always the part in between where, so you take off this little front part and you got that on the backside. This section right here is really hard to clean. You can pick these up at, I think Hobby Lobby and or Harbor Freight has these. And you just push it through and it cleans it out. When I first did it, I was kind of disgusted at how much paint was inside there. So if you're having problems with a brush that worked really good when you bought it, but it seems to be clogging up now, I would recommend doing that. Or even just a pipe cleaner would work really good for that. But their paint gets trapped in that section, and when I'm done for the day, I usually take apart the whole brush and clean it really good most of the time. But that is something that you guys can do that I started doing recently, and it helped sit down. It's ready to go. I'm seeing a bunch of bass, crappie, bass, rainbow trout, bass, crappie, bass. Oh yeah, rainbow, bass, but either way I'm watching. Crappie, bass, none of the above. Electric pink trouts. Old Dad Outdoors. Was that, I think you or somebody else recently said something about I'll have to look at it. I screenshot it on my phone. Somebody at the pink trout, I think, if that was you or you commented on one of the other videos. I was looking at those. I have never seen those before, and I still have the trout series. I've got so many videos I got to finish. We did the rainbow trout, the brown trout, and I'm gonna do the cutthroat brook trout. So I have one more blank, but I think I'm gonna save that for an actual YouTube video. That way, for people that don't want to listen to me jabber on about things, it'll be a straight to the point video on that. But the trout patterns, I really, really had fun doing. So we'll probably do some more of those in the future. Japanese handmade lure builder. I cannot pronounce your name because I can't read it, but that's cool. Thanks for joining the stream. Crappie and yellow perch. I think we're gonna go with bass. I saw more bass than I did anything else, and I know exactly what we can do for that one. So to kick it off, I think I'm gonna tilt you guys down a little bit more. I gotta wait like 30 seconds before I see it on that end. That way you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I have to look up a yellow perch too. I can't think of what it looks like off the top of my head. Enjoy watching. Well, thank you. Glad to hear. What I'm going to do, because I do not want this bait to be transparent, I want it to be opaque, is I'm going to start off with a nice base coat of white. Again, I'm going to say pretty well all of my paints are Create. Well, that one's really dirty, but the Createx or Createx or however you're supposed to pronounce it, airbrush paints, and 90% of the time I do not thin them down. I've had a lot of people say something about I don't thin them or this or that, or I don't show me thinning them. I don't. I'd probably save paint, I guess, if I did thin them, but I don't have any problems with them, except for some of the pearl ones, because there's got that little stuff in it. Those I'll just add a couple drops of water. And again, if you're just thinning it a little bit, I have had no issues with water. I know some people will mix them with some sort of paint thinner, which I actually want to try. I just have it. It's a little light right here. I don't know if that added more to it. Winter bass dinner. White bass. Halfway through making my first lure right now. Spraying and watching. Right on. Aaron, what kind of lure are you making? Right. It's almost empty. But I'm pretty excited for the summer. I've got a couple more building videos that I want to work on pretty soon. So those will be coming out. And I feel like this, we know you guys can see good if I'm right here. Yeah, I think we're good. So I'm going to do a base coat of white. I already wiped down the bait with some alcohol just to clean any sort of oils from my fingers on it. And it was already taped up from something else. I just never had it painted. So I'm going to do a base coat of white. Starting out with a popper, right on. I want to do, so, oh, you can't see it on there, but I've got the very first fishing lure I ever made was a popper, and I still have it. And I want to do a YouTube video where I have my very first one I ever made, and I see how crazy of a one I can make now, because that was a long time ago. I'm sorry, I'm not good at English. No worries, my friend. I'm not good at Japanese whatsoever, so we're good. I started carving and painting lures too. I really like your channel. You seem like a great guy. Thanks for sharing your expertise. Water Dog Lures, thank you for the comment. It means a lot to me. And that's why I love doing these streams. So I try my best to respond to comments on the videos whenever you guys ask a question or just comment. But I like the streams because it's like, it's not but it feels more like one-on-one interaction. I used to stream a lot on TikTok, and some of the people on there that were always good on the streams, I felt like I was good friends with them, even though I've never met them. And I'm hoping to start doing that on YouTube, but this seems like it's working pretty good. Is that a Barlow's blank? I don't think this one is. This one is not. It either came from Cedar Run Outdoors. Has some blanks I've got from there. It's been a long time since I've bought some 2.5 square bills, so I don't know exactly where I got those ones from. But I know that one is not a Barlow's one. That's awesome. My first blanks are in progress. Doing a table rock shad pattern on a jerkbait with a reflective foil on inside. Challenging when I don't have translucent paints. Just spray very, very thin. And table rock, that's down towards Branson, correct? Or is that a different lake than what I'm thinking of? Streams are always better. Absolutely. I agree. I think doing a YouTube video where it's just straight to the point is good for you guys when you're trying to learn something, so you don't have to listen to me talk for 45 minutes. It's just what you need to know to do a pattern. But I like the streams because we get to talk about some more stuff, and I get to hang out with you. Been learning from your videos. Good to hear, Aaron. Worked with Jeff at Whitemore Farm Stencils. We made a crappy stencil. You need to check it out. Where? Is it on Whitemore? Is that like a website or something? Because that's one thing I've never done, and I want to, is purchase pre-made stencils that are meant for fishing lures. Just found your channel today, and already I have bought an airbrush kit. I'm sorry, and you're welcome. It's very addicting. We are doing a bass pattern, so I did a base coat of white. I'm gonna do, I was trying to think, bass. We're gonna do a really light yellow on the belly. I can do the neon yellow. I think we're gonna do just normal yellow. This is opaque yellow. Do you carve any baits or order blanks? I do both. I've been working on, and I don't have the pretty ones here because I gave them to Matt. But I just posted a YouTube video on Saturday of carving a bait, and there's a free pattern for that. But yeah, I carve baits and buy blanks as well. I enjoy the blanks because I can get 30 of them, and I don't have to do anything besides a little bit of prep work and then paint, whereas the wood ones take so much longer. But I also enjoy catching a fish on a wood bait better than I do on a plastic one, just because it was cool. It was a piece of wood, and then I caught a fish with it. Table Rock is in Missouri. I've never been. Purple on top, yellow down the sides, white belly. Purple is a killer color for Table Rock, according to a guy I was talking to last week. Do a transparent purple. If you're painting your own, transparent purple, dark back. That's supposed to be killer for Table Rock. What are some basic colors I need to get? White, black, I say red, that's 3, and blue, and green. If you just get those basic colors, you can kind of mix some stuff. I feel like you can get a lot of patterns with those. I need to do that. Another YouTube video idea I have is get the least amount of colors that I can and see how many videos patterns we can make from 5 colors or something like that. But that'd be fun. But yeah, I definitely say white, black, red, blue, green, yellow. That kind of gets you everywhere, and some more. I got opaque yellow loaded up, and what I'm gonna do is do the whole belly. I kind of where the midline, if that, I don't know, I see it pretty clear when I'm watching. So belly is going to be a solid yellow. That's going to get midline. And I'm going to clean out the extra paint in the airbrush. You need to fired for mixing colors. I saw that on TikTok. You and Mark Ab, I would love to. Fun. And I actually, kind of funny you said that about Sherwin-Williams, because I used to paint houses, or I did for about a year, and that's where we got all of our paint from. And then what I'm going to do is get the pearlized green, and we're going to do the whole rest of the bait in the pearl. It's actually pearl lime. I haven't used this in a little bit, so I'm going to shake it pretty good. And anyone else that's joined recently, we're doing a baby bass pattern on a 2.5 square bill. So everything else on the bait that is still white, we're going to do in this pearl lime. And try to fade it into that yellow the best that we can. Just joined, where are you painting? A 2.5 square bill and like a baby bass / bass pattern. Something of that sort. All we did so far was a base coat of white, followed up by some opaque yellow, and just did some pearl lime on everything else. I'm watching on Apple TV, my iPhone at the same time. Your stream was great until you started painting yellow. A little glitchy, but seems to be back smooth. Good deal. I'm going tonight to buy, one, a new pair of shoes, and then two, an Ethernet cable to try to make it a little bit stronger so that way it doesn't glitch at all. It's frustrating when I try to watch someone else's stream or some sort of video like that and it's glitchy because I can't. It's just, I don't know if that's a personal thing or not. Love the beard. Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate it. And Tom C Outdoors said, looks real good, man. Thank you, sir. There was someone in here earlier. You said you were from Texas. I was watching or overheard some stuff on the news earlier. A lot of power outage. I'm guessing you've got power if you're able to watch the stream, but hopefully you guys are all doing good and safe there. White Whale Fishing said, what PSI are you shooting at? I am shooting at a little below 40. I'm going to say 35. It's upside down and turned around, so I can't see exactly, but I'm going to say 35. And I've got, let's see, did that. I'm going to do a stencil pattern, so I'm going to hit this with a hairdryer, and hopefully the hairdryer doesn't screw up our internet connection here. I live in Texas, and I have no water. That is not good. Or is it your house or the city the water's messed up? My water in my house, I guess the pipes froze on, it was Monday, and my water wasn't working. Thankfully, I got them unthawed, and we're back in business. So now the sinks are dripping, which normally I do, but I just didn't Sunday night, and it was like the coldest night of the year so far. Do you have any tips on how to... Watching Baker being super glitchy on me. Hopefully... It's just a simple circle one. That on there, and then we're going to come back in with some darker green and a couple other colors. I'm still trying to get a video together making your shad bait, but with my own twist. It's difficult to make, like, I enjoy it, but it's like hard to make YouTube videos, especially on something that's got so many different steps in it, like building a bait. I think that's why I have more painting ones out than I do building. A little bit easier. Get some more out. Who said that? Old Dad Outdoors. I'm looking forward to seeing it once you get it done. Let me know, and I'll go check it out. I'll be the first one to watch it. Terrible at making videos, though. That's okay. It takes to how good it is in the end, as long as you enjoyed it. Texas is having a hard time. Relatives all over the states. No piers, 60+ hours, no water, and boil requirements. That's unfortunate. I hope everybody's going to be doing okay. I think that storm is supposed to be pretty well through, right? It's kind of hit the entire country. But I think it's pretty well supposed to be over. Unless I'm... Well, it's hard to know which news station to watch. But yeah, I'm hoping you guys are all hanging in there. It'll be over soon, and fishing weather will be back. Sun will be shining, and life will be good. I would like to thank you. I got into painting. I've learned a lot. Unfortunately, where I live in New York, there's not a lot of fresh water. I do a lot of saltwater fishing. Brendan, what's up, bro? Everybody that's slim, if you guys watch the podcast. Yeah, I haven't done... That's something, again, another video that I would like to get into. I don't know. I've never looked for. Do they make saltwater fishing lure blanks? I would assume if they have all these. That'd be pretty wicked. But, Joseph, glad to hear that you got into painting. We'll have to see if we can find some saltwater blanks, because that would help you out. I'm going to go ahead and move on to, it's the Olive Green Deep, which what I want to find is, someone mentioned several times to me, it's been quite a while, about a moss green or something like that. But other videos I've watched, it looks really close to this Olive Green Deep color. A couple drops of that, and then what I'm going to do is basically cover the entire bait, but I'm going to start very, very lightly down. Well, actually, I'm going to start at the top. But but it's going to be super light. Like, I don't want to completely make it a solid green. So I'm going to start at the top. It'll be solid green and fade down over top that yellow. Really, really light. It's always fishing weather up here, and is it Manitoba? It was negative 38 Celsius the other day on the ice. We crushed them. I think that's the problem with here in Missouri, is the ice doesn't get, well, it might be right now, thick enough to go ice fishing, but I'm a little hesitant to do that. So it's never, most of the time, never quite thick enough to actually walk out there, and if it is, I'm too scared to. You need to hold your hands lower when showing things in your camera during the podcast. Yes, we talked about that. My wife keeps texting me and she thinks I'm ignoring her. Let me just give her the old thumbs up real quick. Okay, we good. Any good websites you can suggest? BakerBuildsUSA.com. As far as blanks, is that what you're talking about? So I'm going to go and do this green. What I think would be super sick someday is to have one of those setups where I've got several different cameras and I can just have the little switcher board and you push a button so the camera could be straight down. But that costs a lot of money. But eventually, someday, Baker Build Studio will be next level and you guys will get the best seats in the house. Yeah, about 3 to 5 foot of ice here, maybe. That is a bummer. It's been just cold. I mean, we got snow, and the roads were kind of a mess the last 2 weeks, but I've been pretty fortunate, I would say. You should let your wife paint a lure. I actually talked the other day. You want to be in the video, and we can paint a fishing lure, and she might. We're him painting a fishing lure. So here's what I got. I don't know if it looks a whole lot different for you guys, but solid green up at the top and then slightly fades down just over that yellow a little bit, but not too crazy. I'm going to clean out this. So spinning jerkbaits color are popular for striped. I've heard. And then who was it? Had Joseph. Assuming you were talking. Check out Barlow's. Has some really great quality stuff. They're good, fast on the shipping. And Cedar Run Outdoors has some decent stuff. But you'll want to read the reviews on their blanks, because there's some on there where there's a lot of negative reviews. So that helps. Alright, what I'm going to do while the stencil pattern is still on there is load up a little bit of transparent black. Because what I'm going to do is darken up the back of the bait once we take that stencil pattern off. So I just kind of want the black, the shape, scale pattern to fade with the black. So it'll be a little bit of black scale patterns that fade into the solid black on the back, if that makes sense. And just using some transparent black. Helps if you get it in. I'm trying to keep this right up here at the top. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Yeah? Look good? I'm going to hit this with a hairdryer really quick, and then we're going to take off the stencil pattern, do a little bit more with the black, and then we'll be ready to do a couple more finishing details. Is that netting from Walmart or Hobby Lobby? I believe this one came from Walmart, and I will have this one in the Baker Build stencil package if I can ever get that finished up. Joseph, I hope that answered your question on those. Definitely check out Barlow's Tackle. Super cool people, and I believe they're in Texas too, so hopefully they're doing okay. Are you rinsing with water between colors or airbrush cleaner? I'm doing straight water. Straight water. And then I really haven't noticed, because I bought some of the airbrush cleaner, this stuff, it was $4 or $3.50. I haven't noticed it cleaning any better than the water does, or Windex. So I don't know, unless I'm wrong. It's one of those, If I'm wrong, someone tell me. But why spend $3.50 on this tiny thing when I can get a giant bottle of water for pretty well free? But yeah, just water, and then I've got that's. Oh, yeah, you guys can see it. This little guy is full of water. Hook and Needle TV. If you guys haven't seen that video where I paint with him, he actually turned me on to this. It works super nice. You just squeeze it, knocks out all of the extra paint that's in there. There's a little bit of water in there still, and then I shoot it into the can. If you can see that, I don't think you can. Let me move it this way. Now you should be able to see it, and I just kind of shoot it in there or on the floor. That's a plus about being out in the shop versus in the house. Good for me. Windex works good too. You can buy a big old bottle of that for pretty cheap. I'm not, but at least we got to talk about cleaning it out. I'll show you guys again here in a second. Taking off the stencil pattern. And we got, now I'm going to load the black back into the airbrush since I just cleaned it out. Just need a couple drops. 3 drops. I'm going to darken up the back. What's up, Michael? Darken up the back, and then we're going to darken up around the eyes, as always. I think that works for me. I might go just a little bit more on the sides here, but we're gonna do some black dots down the side, so I don't want to go too crazy. I think that works for me though. Let me know, because I'm still a couple steps away, but let me know if you guys want to do some red or orange. Well, I don't really want to do orange, because it kind of look like a sunfish type deal. But a little bit of red on the belly, and we can do that. NJ in the house. Up. Something else will help clean the bit of water in there. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but if you plug the tip and you squeeze it just a little bit, I don't see the bubbles in there. You can see those. I think it kind of put back that paint and help that clean out a little. I still recommend taking apart the airbrush for the day. Yes, 1 vote for red. I think just a smidgen of red. How could you not, right? All right, we will back to that. I'm going to do so. You can either use paper towel. If you watched my last video, I think I showed it. It's called an artist sponge. I got this one from Hobby Lobby. It's literally just a sponge, but it's like that didn't make the cut for like a normal sponge. It's kind of weird. But it's called artist sponge, and they have a cool texture to them, which I've got in one of my drawers here. This is just a piece of it I ripped off. And I always like to kind of try to make it flat a little bit. And then grab some paint. Rhode Island in the house. Got it. Digging the live feed. Thank you, Mike. I'm hoping, as long as it's still working okay for you guys. It's being super glitchy when I'm just looking at your guys' comments and stuff, because I can see my video being really glitchy there. But as long as it's working for you guys, I think we're in the clear. And I still might try to get that like an Ethernet cable tonight. So what I'm going to do is just kind of make myself a little layer of black paint. And then using the artist sponge, dip it on there a little bit. It's really, really light. I don't know if you can see on the table. Got some nice little spots. So I'm just going to do that. I like to go all the way up onto the gill plate. I actually want that to be a little bit thinner. It would be a nice fine line going down the side, not Let's try that. Haha, that works. And I'm just going to go right down the side with it. Also helps too, rotating it so it's not a repeating pattern. Makes it look a little bit more natural. Please get the stencils online so I can purchase them already. I'm trying, Joseph. It's hard to, I only have so much time in a week like everybody else. And I keep working on YouTube videos instead of the stencil package. But I'm trying to make sure I get a video out a week. Oh, that's kind of messy. A little bit messier than I wanted. Let me try, see if we can get the other side to look better. I think I do that a lot. I go way too much. Let's go for... The other thing, Joseph, is one of the stencils, and I'll show you here in a second, have glitter on them. And I've been trying to get the glitter off so you guys don't have to deal with the glitter. But I'm kind of thinking it's going to get to the point where you just might have to deal with the glitter a little bit, because I cannot find it. It was literally going to be like 4 times the price to buy the same material without glitter, and I chickened out and bought it with glitter because it was cheaper. Now I'm regretting it. I second it. Joseph from Christopher, you should fish with some of your favorite lures that you have painted. Absolutely. Doing that this summer with Matt and Slim. So here's what we got. This side, I really don't like the way that looks, but that's okay. That's a little bit more what I was trying to go for. And again, you can use a paintbrush to do that, or a little bit of piece of a paper towel, or something along those lines. But I definitely think this bait needs some sort of red on the belly. I think we're going to go and do that now, and then pick out some eyes for it. But yes, oh yeah, stencil pattern. I was going to show you guys that really quick. Actually, I had it. Well, I don't know where I have the rest of it sitting, but it was this pattern. It's just glitter, and no matter how much I do that, more glitter comes off, and I feel kind of bad shipping stuff that has glitter in it. But I think it's going to be what it's going to be. Once it gets a lot of paint on it, that glitter is going to stay on there and not fall off. So that's why I kind of thought about just painting all of them. But I don't know. A little bit of a mess. But if you guys don't mind the glitter, then I'll probably be able to get it wrapped up. If it makes you feel better, I got the packages made for them. See, it looks, yeah, packages, they're empty, but packages are ready for them. I have 25 of them for my first go around. 24, 25. Bright red is what we're going to be doing on the belly. And I'm going to do that. You can see where the gill plate is. I'm going to do it. This whole part down here is going to be solid red. We're going to kind of fade it at this eyelet. And I always like to do a little hint of red on the back of it too. And I actually might take it up the side just no. What we should have done that we didn't, might be a little too late, is add some speckles in there. Speckles. A little too late for that. Maybe on the next one. Hey man, I can't find Illumina UV anywhere. You know where to get it? I bought the last can of it that I could find anywhere. It's been out of stock for months. I'm guessing the pandemic has something to do with that. Unfortunately, I don't know anywhere to get it right now. A couple weeks ago, I was struggling to find some myself and bought the last can of it that I could find and paid an extra $40 for it because I think they knew, you know, supply and demand. And I was freaking out that I wasn't going to have any clear coat. So unfortunately, I don't have a good answer for that right now. I'm sorry about that. What I'd like to do at some point is there's a lot of different brands out there. I just haven't tested them all. So there's other ones, but I was kind of hesitant to spend that much money on a clear coat. I don't know if it's going to work or not for what we use it for. You can call it Pixel Fairy Package. That's basically what it's going to be. Here's the bait. What do you guys think? Aside from eyes, do we need to do something else to it? Again, I like this side better. We won't show the other side anymore. Aside from eyes, any suggestions? Are you guys happy with it? Let me know while I clean the red out of the airbrush. Then we'll pick out some eyes. And, ooh, I have to, actually, we got to finish these eyes really quick. I got to leave in 4 minutes to go pick up my wife from work. Cutting this a little bit close. So what's your favorite clear coat? I like the Illumina UV, I would say is my favorite. It's hard to get right now, is what we were just talking about. Another one that's really good, I've had good luck with, is the KBS Diamond. If you want to take a screenshot of that. You can pick this up off Amazon, and you just dip the bait and let it dry. It works pretty good. You definitely want to do this in a well-ventilated room, because this stuff stinks. Wear a mask. And also, once you open this can, you want to put like a piece of plastic in there and close it. I only recommend keeping it in the can for so long. Shelf life is not very good once it's, and this one has not been opened yet. Pour it into like a clear like mason jar type thing, or it doesn't have to be clear, but like a mason jar, and always put a plastic bag in between the lid and that, because this stuff will go bad. Keep it stored. That's one of the things where it says keep it stored in a dry, cool place. Keep it stored in a dry, cool place, or it will go bad. I think I'm gonna do yellow eyes in this, and I really got to wrap stuff up. I've had some orders since January. It's told to be available on February 14th, but no word yet. Yep, that's not looking good. Oh, don't forget the wife. Yep, yeah, don't forget the wife. I'm gonna do some yellow eyes. Yellow eyes. I think those ones. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Does the spray work for KBS? I have not personally used it, but the stuff I've read about it, because I thought about doing that too, is you want to do like 10 coats to make up for just dipping it. So it does work, but you have to do a whole bunch of coats in order to get it to be built up thick enough to actually be durable as far as fishing with it goes. Green eyes. I don't have, well, I might have green eyes, but we're on time schedule, so we got to finish this one. Next stream, I'll make sure that I don't have to be anywhere. That way we can let you guys pick him, because I enjoy doing that a little bit more. Spray is not very good. There you go. I think it would work for stuff. Well, and the other thing is, I think the same thing with the spray, kind of like I was saying with that can, is once you start spraying it, it's pretty well guaranteed the tip of it's going to get clogged. So that's something else I've heard. And lots of coats. Yep. So again, I haven't personally used it, but a lot of people, and when I was kind of looking it up, have said that. So I just I never bought it to try it myself. So and we can listen to Leave Trees. Okay. Eyes are glued in. That is my version of a baby bass. I would like to revisit this again at some point and maybe do, I feel like some more like lighter or more subtle colors I think would go really good too. Because the bass also, I'll have to look at some pictures on a baby bass. Not all the time are their bellies completely yellow like that, so it might have been better to do yellow or white to yellow. It's a baby bass. But I for real do have to go, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream short. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now that this is working, and according to you guys, it's been coming through pretty good, I'm going to try to stream more often. I think it's fun. I like hanging out with you guys. Smash the like button. I use VHT Gloss Clear wheel paint to clear baits. It's protective finish used on custom painted tire rims. Well, I'd say it holds up to a tire or being a rim of a car. Probably hold up to baits. I'll have to check that out. Me some of your paint techniques. I've watched all your videos, by the way. Thank you, Brian. Okay, guys, I've got to boogie. I will catch you later. Oh. Well, I don't know if it's still live or not. It just said that my live stream ended on this end. Oh, no. Still says I'm live on there, though. I think I'm about to stop it from the camera. I was just saying goodbye. Well, I'm going to have to stop it from the camera end if it's still working. Oh, wait, it is. Okay, it's showing there. I'm going to get this figured out, and it won't be so awkward. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to stream a little bit more often. Make sure you guys have a good day. If you're in Texas or anywhere else in this country that's having problems right now, stay safe, keep your chin up, and